Hey there everyone, welcome back to Path of Exile 2. I've been having an absolute blast in Return of the Ancients, and I hope you're all enjoying the new league as well. Also, a huge thanks to everyone who's been following my Lich build progression. As you can probably tell, the build has changed quite a bit since the last update. I've completely pivoted from the original Bone Storm setup into something very different but reliable. I wouldn't call this an insanely expensive build, but some of the key items are definitely starting to rise in price as more players discover how strong these still are. Before we get started, there's already a POB link in the description for anyone who wants to follow the build directly. So what's the build now? We are a pure minion lich build focused around the incredibly powerful powered zealot specters. These things are absolute ridiculous when it comes to boss damage. They melt bosses so quickly that most encounters barely have a chance to do anything. Now that we have so many bosses in the game, this build shines a lot. You might ask, what about the defenses? Energy shield is nerfed. Correct. That's why I'm using the energy shield setup combined with lot of recoup. Right now I'm sitting at 57% damage taken recouped as life, which already feels fantastic. But I plan to push that number even higher in my final endgame build guide. On top of that, we're getting some really nice bonus through Zealot's Oath. This node causes any excess life regeneration apply to energy shield instead. That means the more life regen we have, faster our energy shield recovers, making the build incredibly tanky. Alright, finally let's dive into the build. Let's start with the passive tree and go through all the important nodes. So for Ascendancy, I have completed all the Ascendancy. With taking Necromantic Conduit, allies will have Unholy Might and Blackened Heart, which will increase the magnitude of Unholy Might buff. Along with that, we're taking the Jewel Slot and Soulless Form. Now for the rest of the tree, we're taking the Minion Damage. Profane Commander is really important. We're also taking Licking Wounds, which will give us increased life and mana regeneration rate because of our Ascendancy node Soulless Form. But we do get a lot of life regen. We also pair that with Zealot's Oath, which will then regenerate our energy shield. We're also taking Thickened Arteries, very important, and Flesh Crafting. More life recoup nodes over here, and energy shield nodes. Taking Entropic Incarnation for more minion damage. Even more life recoup leading up to Glazed Flesh. More energy shield, and Lord of Horrors. We have also anointed Infused Flesh on our amulet. The rest of the points, I will go and take Pliable Flesh, which will further increase speed of recoup effects, very important. For the Jewel Slot, you need damage taken recouped as life and minion damage. Minion cast speed is also good. Now let's see the gear we're using. You can use any scepter as long as it has level of all minion skills. Increase spirit. Allies in your presence deal added lightning, fire or cold damage, or allies in your presence deal increased damage. These are all good. For our shield, we're using Prism Guardian. For the body armor, we're using Sacrosanctum Corvus Mantle. I love this armor because it gives us more life recoup, chaos resistance, strength and intelligence. Along with that, we also get damage taken recouped as life is also recouped as energy shield. For helmet, very important, level of all minion skills, and if you can get the desecrated modifier, increase spirit reservation efficiency of skills. For the amulet, again, +2 level of all minion skills, spirit, more damage recoup. For the rings, Ventus Gamble is your best bet, which will give you more spirit and resistances. Along with that, we have Bones of Uller Lattice Sandals, which is very important because it gives us increased reservation efficiency of skills. For the gloves, we are aiming for highest energy shield and resistances, along with some life and mana. For the belt, I'm using Darkness Enthroned Fine Belt. First you need to slot Idol of Egrin. This will let enemies you curse take increased damage. This works very well when you apply temporal chains on the bosses. Along with this, I'm planning to use Idol of Ralakesh, but right now it's very expensive and I don't have the currency. That's why this slot is open. In the weapon set 2, we have the Chiming Staff as always. We use this to boost our minion damage in the boss fights. Now let's take a look at the skills. My scepter gives me Purity of Fire, So I have slotted Vitality, Clarity, Upwelling and Herbalism. Upwelling is really good. Your minions deal a 50% increased damage while you are not on full mana. So make sure you are spamming that mana, but don't go too low, otherwise you will lose the Unholy Might buff. For Sigil of Power, we have Magnified Area, Rapid Casting and Second Wind. For Storm Mage, which will apply the Shock on bosses, we have Rapid Casting, Shock and Chain. For Temporal Chains, we have Cursed Ground, Efficiency, Ritualistic Curse and Heightened Curse. If you want, you can remove Efficiency. For Pain Offering, we have Prolonged Duration, Dance Macabre, Meat Shield and Magnified Area. For Wolf Pack, we have Feeding Frenzy, Rapid Attacks, Heavy Swing and Heft. For Unearth, we have Minion Instability, Prolonged Duration and Feeding Frenzy. For Skeleton Sniper, we have Bidding and Fire Attunement. Our main characters, Powered Zealot, we have Wild Shards, Feeding Frenzy, Pierce, Rapid Casting and Projectile Acceleration. When and if you get Rakiata's Flow, you need to replace Rapid Casting with Rakiata's Flow. We are also using Banner Bearing Zealot, which gives us life regeneration when we stand in its aura. Here we have Rapid Casting, Meat Shield, Last Gasp and Prolonged Duration. Our Cleric minions, they have Rapid Casting, Sacrificial Lamb and Meat Shield. Alright, now let's see some gameplay and skill rotation. Start by dropping Sigil of Power from your second weapon set. After that, cast Temporal Chains to group all your minions together. Then you can use Pain Offering to boost your minions. And that's pretty much it. Now your Powered Zealots take over. You can sit back, relax and watch them absolutely demolish everything on the screen, including bosses. The build has been performing way beyond my expectations and I still have a few upgrades planned before I consider it fully finished. I'll keep updating the build as I continue optimizing it so that I can show you the final endgame build. Alright, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching. If you have been playing the build yourself, let me know how it's going in the comments. And if you have any suggestions or ideas for improvements, I'd love to hear them. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Path of Exile 2. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.